Welcome to another episode of Life with the Sloans.
What's going on? Welcome back.
Now, what I need you to do before we start, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell.
Yeah, we look forward to having y'all join the family. So, topics
Join
for
the
today.
family.
Yeah, join the family. Let's get it. Adoptions all around.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So, what's the topic for today? What we jumping into?
Let's talk about keys to healthy relationships. So we were reading this article. I don't remember the name of it, do you?
No,
Okay.
It was just comparing, top things that couples typically recommend, going into a new relationship.
Definitely. So we'll put a few of them up, and I guess we can talk about which ones were your top three.
Sure.
And then I'll talk about what was my top three. So here are the top 8 key ingredients in a relationship.
Love and commitment.
Sexual faithfulness.
Humility.
Patience and forgiveness.
Time.
Honesty and trust.
Communication.
Selflessness.
So those are the top 8 topics that were recommended by this particular article we were looking at. I'll let you start it off.
Okay. So the top one that I thought was one of the most important, not that the others aren't, was love and commitment.
Agreed.
I don't know. Oh, was that your top?
No, I agree with it being your top.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, okay. So I think love has to be the foundation through which you do anything. So I think for any healthy relationship to be healthy, that you have to have love as the main source of that everything is kind of flowing through. And then, they happen to put commitment in there too. And I think, how could you love somebody and not be committed? I think those two go hand in hand. So definitely that's a top for me. How about you? What was your top?
I kind of agree with you on this one, but I'm not going to choose the same thing because you already chose it. So.
No, you just choose what you said.
Well,
It's okay if we agree.
I think love and commitment is really the most essential part of any relationship. At the end of the day, there's moments where you will feel like you're loved. There's moments where you feel like you're not loved, despite the situation or whatever the turmoil may be. But understanding that both of you are committed to a common goal kind of outshines a lot of the other things. And so I'm going to choose my one. Let's see. I am going to put in these: honesty and trust.
Was that the one that you actually chose, or what was it?
I'm keeping it PG.
Oh my God. Keep it real. Anyway.
Nah, keeping it 100%.
Okay, so first for you is honesty and trust?
Yes.
Okay, why?
The reason being is because even if you have love and commitment, if I can't trust you, it doesn't really matter if we committed to the same goal.
Isn't honesty and trust part of love? Isn't that a scripture or something in the Bible? Like love is patient, kind, true, something.
Just.
Okay. Isn't that a part of love though? To me. No. I mean, we can say that it's a part of love because we have got it at the head of our relationship. That might not be love for somebody else who doesn't, and they don't know about that scripture. So. 1 Corinthians 13, by the way.
The whole chapter.
The whole chapter. Eat that up. Okay.
So the benefit of understanding, as far as trust and honesty, is that transparency doesn't necessarily come with love. There's a lot of times where people put their good hat forward or their good foot forward, whatever you want to call it, and that's not really how they are. They trying to, it's like the dog and pony show when you go and you buy a new car. Mm-hmm. All the salesmen are happy, they're smiling, they want to get your attention, they want to get you. But at the end of the day, when you sign on the dotted line, is the deal that you struck really beneficial for you, or is it beneficial for them? They're getting their bonus. So a lot of people go into relationships, from my experience, where they have unrealistic expectations. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Those are untruths. Those are things that you think.
What experience are you speaking from, sir?
Different people that have confided.
Oh, this is any relationship.
Yeah, I mean, even.
So we want to clarify this. We're not talking about just marriage we're talking?
Yeah, just in general.
Okay, so now we got switched up because in my head I was thinking we were talking about healthy relationships.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about topic wise. But you asked me about who, like, and what experience.
Well, I wanted to know who else you were married to. I was like, I thought I was the only one. So, but what are you talking about in my experience?
You more than enough.
I'm confused.
I don't need to do this 2, 3, 4 times.
You said in my experience. I didn't know what you meant.
Once.
Okay, yeah.
No, in my.
No, I believe you.
in my experience.
Yeah, there we go, Ken. Yeah, okay.
I mean, because it's not just our relationship. Like, our relationship is our relationship, but we also have other couples that have confided in us, that have talked to us over the years about, you know, how we were able to get married, how we stayed married, all the other things that kind of come with that in general. So I wasn't saying it just
okay, then let me go back to mine. So if we're referring this to other couples, and this is not an open relationship, by the way, other couples that we're friends with or things like that. So, and I said my top was love and commitment. Okay, so that means that's it shouldn't be a foreign thing to people.
I mean,
it shouldn't be, but all right, well, we're gonna move on to number 2. So we're talking about all around the relationships, period.
No, we talking about marriage.
Okay, we talking about marriage, but if we had to put it in on other people, that's a lot. All right, it should be something normal, but okay. So number 2 for me was communication.
Because you like to talk. That's why.
No, it's because you can't have a relationship without communicating. It doesn't have to be vocal out your mouth. You can have someone who's mute, who maybe they have a different way that they communicate, that they learn sign language or whatever, but nonverbal, which is more communication than me talking out my mouth. I don't slam pots, whatever.
Doors.
I don't slam doors. But anyway, just stop. So communication is key. I think it sounds cliche, but it's true. So that's number 2.
So that doesn't fall under nonverbal then, huh?
Yes, communication is verbal and nonverbal.
Yeah, I know. Slamming pots is definitely nonverbal.
I don't slam pots. I cook in them. Anyway.
All right, so
you're number 2.
My number 2, since we're keeping this PG, let me see.
Keep it real, however you're going to be. Anybody? My God.
Patience and forgiveness. Now that we chalked off the love, the trust, the honesty, commitment, and the communication as far as,
we didn't chop anything off. You could pick, if that was your number 2, you could pick the same thing.
Communication wasn't my number 2.
Okay.
Patience definitely was my number 2 because it requires a lot of patience dealing with one person. Oh, you got shots. Okay. All right. It takes a lot of patience.
What do you do? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, and this is just in general, being around y'all when y'all have y'all time period, females in general. You and I thought you was trying to say I will speak for every female that I have lived around.
You're not a female.
Or
can't speak for us.
I'm speaking for all the females that I have been around. When y'all have y'all time,
y'all have y'all time too. Everybody got their time.
Ours is missing syndrome. Y'all's ain't missing syndrome. That's the difference.
Anyway, keep it moving.
When y'all have your time, you got as a man.
All right, so get back to yours. Patience and forgiveness.
Patience. Patience and forgiveness. You got to be patient, brothers
and sisters.
Sisters. I can't speak for the females. Remember.
Okay.
Brothers, you got to be patient.
Sisters, be patient.
Those that week or 2 weeks or however long it lasts.
Oh my God,
Lord. And then be forgiving. Have a soft heart, all of it. Don't get frustrated with the verbal or nonverbal communication that may come out during those times of heated disagreement, or in relationship to correction or whatever case may be.
Where you're having over here. All right. Anyway, that all.
Just looking like the light glisten off your forehead.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Beautiful. Yes. All right. So I'll go to my 3rd choice, and my 3rd choice was sexual faithfulness.
Kind of go
out of that. What you mean? What you say? What? Anyway, sexual faithfulness.
Entanglement.
Anyway, no, this is very important. In order to have a healthy relationship, especially if we're talking about between male and female, there needs to be faithfulness in the sexual area. What does that mean? That you're the only one that I am relating to.
What's relating?
That's what it means to me. Anyway, whatever.
What are you talking about relating? You gotta be specific.
Intercourse.
Oh, the stroke game.
Yeah, whatever.
I got you. Okay. All right. Is that in all forms?
That's a little too deep for this episode. Look.
No, I mean, I'm asking. I mean, we covering it all because you never know. There's people that believe that certain forms of intercourse is not cheating.
We're not getting in the form. You mean, well, what do you mean?
I mean, there are people that believe that certain forms of intercourse is not cheating. That's
a whole other topic. All right, wait a second. Wait.
No, keep. No. We start ending the broadcast. Hold on. No. We talking to honey. We ain't ending no broadcast.
No. This is too deep of a conversation.
No, so in faithfulness, we're talking about relationships in general.
What?
We're talking about relationships in general. We're talking about marriage.
Yeah.
You want to stay committed to just one person in all forms of sexual behavior, right?
No, I didn't say that. It says sexual faithfulness, meaning that you are faithful to the one that you are married to. And
what does faithful mean?
Relating. That you're relating only to them and not to anyone else.
What do you mean relating? It's like you can't go out and sleep with somebody else?
No.
Can't do that? Okay. All right. It's pretty basic. I think that's...
What does it mean to you?
It's pretty basic. I mean,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I just want to clarify. I want to make sure we're on the same page.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, I thought so. But
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
We got people watching too. We want to make sure they know what we're talking about.
I already know. I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about. I mean, all these episodes, these people coming out talking about entanglements.
You running over here.
All these other crazy things.
Ain't nobody entangled. Everything is tangle free.
No, I ain't talking about that. But I'm just saying in general. Society right now is in a different light where people are portraying certain things, whether it's, being more open to certain things or whether it's bringing additional parties into the relationship.
No.
At the end of the day, those
not additional parties, not additional videos, not additional anything. Toys, none of that.
Right. So I just want to make sure that we are being clear.
I'm very clear.
There's people that you're clear in your head.
Okay.
But this brings back us to point number 2, communication. In order to be able to communicate to other people that are watching, we need to make sure, because at some point our daughter might be watching this and our sons might be watching this. So the conversation may be very different when they grow up. I mean, there's no way back in the day, our parents... You
are so old.
Our parents...
I swear. Anyway.
Let me be old then. There's times where you see there's people that have certain difficulties or overcoming certain difficulties that have a tendency.
I did not do it. No, it's not.
I did not have relations with that woman.
Oh God. Okay. Go ahead. I'll let you finish your statement.
No, I was just gonna say it. I wanted to be clear. That was.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you for the disclaimer. We're very clear.
Disclaimer.
Oh, and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Okay. Yeah. So, what was your number 3?
My number 3, and I'm pretty sure this one you won't know.
Oh Lord, here
time.
We go. Jesus.
One of the bigger struggles in any relationship, whether you have children or not,